Hi.
Hello.
Maybe somebody else will join us. Maybe will not. It's hard to say, but we're in line, and this is all what matters. How's it going?
I'm fine, and I think couldn't be better because today is very hot weather in Moscow, and it's really cool day. And we already was walking um, outside. Can I say it?
We have already been outside.
Been have already been outside, yes, and we are going to walk in the evening after our late session.
Or going for a walk, you can say going for a stroll.
Yes, a fan of Eric Carl. Hello. She wants to read Eric Carl, The Clumsy People. Понял.
So, what have you been studying recently?
Wait a second. Лёш, возьми, пожалуйста, мешай. Excuse me.
Yeah.
She don't want to
Doesn't want.
go.
Doesn't want.
Yes. Sorry, my dear, I cannot.
She doesn't want
Wait.
to.
She wants to play.
Oh, Ksenia is online too.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Welcome back,
Okay.
Ksenia.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too again. Okay, so how are you doing, Ksenia?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you.
Right. Okay. So see, like for many students, because Julia, she is another group, and I know that you guys are finishing. Yes, Julia.
Not yet. I finished with the focus group once, but
Yes,
I
you did.
finished. I finished. Yes, I have been. I have finished. I've
You have
finished.
already finished. Yes, but you would like to finish it again.
Yes, because I want to um, retell of these stories again.
Yeah, you want to work. I'd say like you want to work in every detail on those stories so that you can learn more.
Yes, I
It's
think
normal.
yes.
So let's ask Ksenia how Ksenia is doing. Like how you're going through this course.
I'm going great. I did all the tasks except shadow reading
Hmm.
so far.
What is the hardest thing about shadow reading?
The speed of speech is very, very high. Without
What do you mean, like
pauses, I cannot catch up with him.
the man is speaking too fast?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, very, very fast.
Do you think it's a normal rate of speaking, or you think that he's too fast?
It's okay for speech, but for shadow reading
Yeah.
is too fast. I can understand his speech when I first hear this text, but to read after him or with him is very difficult.
I was doing that rap, Sam I am, and it took me like 20 times. And I can say that that was not my first time doing such things. So I guess it takes time.
Hmm.
Like because when it's like too slow, then it's too easy.
Hmm.
You just have to keep up. You have to push yourself towards this limit. So you set the bar pretty high, and then you try to work your way up to the top. That's how it works.
Ksenia, I want Ksenia, I want to say that in first focus group, we read with another voice actor, and she was faster. It's true.
Yeah, it was
And
faster.
yes, she was faster. And this about 15 seconds, but it's too difficult.
Hello, guys.
Yes.
Welcome to my world. Today we're going to talk. Yeah, it was.
No. And this voice in next group, he always said very how to say
What?
good he has
Yeah,
good
very good
articulations.
articulation. Yes.
Yes, and when she said this story in focus group, it was it was crazy sometimes
Yeah, because you know
because
how it worked. That was my friend. So, like when we started, Lynn and I started working on this course, then I found a friend, a native speaker. So it was a girl, and she's not a professional voiceover artist. So I just asked her to do this, and I paid her. Well, I'd say that I paid her well enough, and so she helped me to voice those stories. But then we realized that it was not good enough. Like if you want to have a very good professional level, so you need to hire a professional.
Mhm.
And because she was making a lot of mistakes, and then I had to ask her to redo some things because we also had some mistakes in each topic. So so when you start doing something, you have to go back and edit everything. So then I hired an American editor, and she had to correct those mistakes because my friend she failed to find them. But I had already paid her, so it was funny. So I'd say that as probably being not very experienced businessman, so I have lost a lot of money, creating this course. But when I have to do the next one, I know what to do. So it's better to pay maybe a higher price, but you get what you want, and then you don't need to redo this. Because ultimately, eventually, finally, in the end, I paid more.
Mhm.
So, well, first experience, what can I say? But now it's good. So the guy's finishing traveling, and um, so the design is good. So the stirts are good. Everything checks out. So this voice over artist is also good. Good articulation, good sound. Nobody can complain. Yeah, because I know that a lot of people they don't want to invest money into their products. It's just like hi class number one, and I'm talking. Okay, so like no materials or materials that you can't just find yourself online. Yeah, I understand when it's a marathon because the price is very affordable. Let's say 500 rubles. What do you expect? Like, do you expect me to spend $2,000 or $30,000 creating a product? No. But when you pay 20, 30,000 rubles, you expect to have a good product. Uh, this is how it works. What do you think, guys?
yes, I think it's true,
Oh, of course, we agree.
and I agree with you. Mm, but you have another a thing like 1 week, so you can pay it for 1 week, do these tasks, and then pay it again next week, and it's a great idea.
We decided to remove this option because people don't do anything. People are so lazy, so that it doesn't matter what you offer. They just don't want to do. They start the first week, maybe the second, but then they get stuck. Because when you study on your own without any communication with a group leader, like just by yourself, then sometimes you just want to drop everything and get back to your normal life. Yeah. Why do I need to do this? So no.
At first time, I have not slept enough, and maybe right now I just I'm relaxed a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But I'm going to return doing homework.
Yeah, the material itself is awesome, because even I use this for myself, because it's just so good. So you have everything you need. You have very good context. You have a lot of collocations. So Lincoln Words you can just get online. So let's say, and then you can combine. You can build any story you want using those collocations. And I think it's marvelous. What we all have to do, we have to constantly work on expressing our thoughts, or conversing or speculating on a various number of topics, so we don't have this problem when we actually need to say something, so we get stuck and then we cannot say anything. And a few days ago, when I was working with Josh, I realized that it doesn't matter how much you study English, there will always be some things you don't know. So you can get to a very, let's say, comfortable level where you can say a lot of things, but you will always be looking for some phrases. You will always be maybe misunderstanding something. So unless you just go to the States and you become a part of this new community where people speak English every day, because here anyway we're limited, right? So we're not surrounded by people who speak English, which means we need to create this artificial environment. That's what I'm trying to say to students. Speak every day, a little, okay, but try to use it every day. Try to use your English every day, not when you have a class. Oh, just a little story with your kids, okay, just for yourself. Make a short video. Instagram helps a lot. Yes, Valerie. Yes, Valerie.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Can
Hi.
you hear me, guys?
We hear
Yeah.
you. Yeah, quite
Okay,
well.
good.
Yes.
Good. Good to see you.
Good to see you again. Okay, welcome back. You have probably spent all your money in Rome. A lot.
Totally, yeah.
Drained your account. Drained.
Completely, I'd say.
How
But
do you feel
it's
about it?
I feel great, I boosted my imagination. not only imagination. I mean, I found kind of inspiration in this traveling because
Oh,
right now I'm ready to, to work.
you mean to work like what on your
To
English?
work like to teach, to start some new thing, like take up singing classes, get back to my ukulele, playing the guitar, the stuff, then teaching my son English and all the stuff.
And maybe.
Yes. No. And finishing the course. Okay. So I knew
Oh,
that. Okay.
Valerie.
Okay, I will do it. I will. Okay, I'm still procrastinating, guys, but I'm the greatest procrastinator ever of this life story course. You can
Oh,
blame
yeah.
me or anybody else, but I cannot actually live without you. So that's why. Maybe this is the reason I'm still procrastinating. Oh my gosh.
What do
So
you
how about
think?
you?
I just want to ask you, like, yes. So, what do you think? What if this course were a bit lighter? Let's say you would just have those very classy tests, fill in the gaps,
Um, it's
um,
like
less
like
stories to retell. Would it be
uh,
better?
it would be easier, but
Yes,
it would be easier, but it won't be good. It won't
but you
influence.
finish.
But I would finish it definitely. I would have finished it way long ago, if there was only filling the gaps, or even collocation gaps,
Not
whatever.
three stories, but one story to retell.
Yeah, or for example, if there had been one story for the first week, I guess I would have finished it. Yeah, but there were three of them. Yeah, then there were four of them actually summer,
But they're
winter,
short.
autumn.
They're short.
Okay, come on. But I was so, determined to do it perfectly, immaculately, so that maybe I wasted all my energy. I
You don't need to
know.
be perfect, okay? So like, look up to Xenia. She's just going through, and that's it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, please give me some inspiration to finish it. But
Well,
I'm really trying. So
let's
I
ask
can.
Xenia.
Okay, Ksenia, how's it going with you?
Well, the first 2 weeks were very, very, so they were full of material. So 12 lessons per 1 week. I thought it would be always like that, but now just 9
Easier.
lessons. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the first 2 weeks, okay? That's it.
Mhm.
This is the spot where I stopped actually. I was so close. Okay.
And plus, it's I cannot say that the first 2 weeks give you anything new. So you know all those things, right?
Yeah, the expressions are quite good and they're all, commonly used, and that's why I love it. I mean, the stories are amazing, and the way even the girl who was reading these monologue, yeah,
You mean
actually,
the first one?
yeah, the girl, yeah, it was the girl's voice,
Yeah.
so it was quite good. And there is one more thing. I guess it would be better if there were three-way level of speed for beginners. Because I showed it to one of my friends here in Chile, and she said, "Oh, she's speaking so fast." I said, "No, not fast. It's good." I said, "But I cannot hear anything." I said, "Come on, it's easy."
But we had two. We had two different rates.
Yeah, but she said actually it's not my idea. My friend said it would be better if there were three rates, three paces, like easy, then intermediate and advanced. I said, come on, it's good.
So we're actually talking about a very easy form of this, easy
Yeah, this
format,
is
right?
yes. As for the thing that it is now, I mean the course that we are going through, it's okay. I guess this is, as you told us, it's from the intermediate level.
Yeah.
Or maybe pre-intermediate, just people who are aware of things that are going on in this grammar stuff and routine, maybe basic vocabulary. Yeah, I guess. And as for easier, I don't know.
I guess maybe teachers will not like this idea, but I think students will enjoy it.
Students will definitely, they will enjoy it.
Because teachers, they do understand that they need to work harder. Because what's the point if you
Yeah.
just go through this course very fast, then you're not going to deliver anything new to your students.
Yeah.
And
I would even add one more exercise, like transcribing and writing the story itself, not retelling, but writing it, sending it to you.
yeah, okay,
I'm
transcribing
just,
might be too
I'm
much.
just, yeah, I'm just kidding. But it would be like the foreign languages department student exercises, like the
Yeah,
way we did it.
that's
Yeah,
what I
and
like about you, Valerie. So you always want more exercises, but you cannot
I'm.
finish it.
Okay, come on, stop looking at me. Probably,
I
yeah.
have to. Yes, and I think maybe we could also add, let's say, those questions. I think they're quite boring. Yeah.
Mm,
Won't you agree?
maybe more questions. You mean adding more questions?
No, 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 no. I thought about maybe not just not so many questions that we have, but perhaps just you guys would have to ask questions someone. Let's say another participant, because when you answer all those questions like when do you set the alarm clock, and
It's like I said on
it's a
my
bit
alarm
boring.
clock.
Okay,
Like,
I think. What do you think,
yeah.
Ksenia?
Oh, I would say that sometimes there are too many questions and I have to make very long video and it's very difficult to upload it
Yeah.
because it's
Mhm.
very long. Sometimes, for example, last week it was, I had one idea, but I forgot it. When I will remember, I'll tell you when
Yeah.
I remember.
I make some pictures, and it always helps.
For the questions.
Pictures.
Pictures sometimes, yes, because
Yeah.
when you know about what you want to say, it's very easy. And you always train these questions because I sometimes I
Mhm.
made more than 20 videos. It's not easy,
In here?
yes, but uh,
So
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
step by step, it
Mhm.
more easy.
So
If you,
Julia,
And
you draw pictograms, yeah, like for every questions or what?
sometimes I use pictograms. Sometimes I just
Photos.
remember this answer in my mind, in my brain. So um,
But
it was difficult in the end, not in
really,
the middle. Yes,
like you mean at the beginning of the of these questions?
because the level high and high and high
yeah.
all time. Yes, and maybe because I worked every day
Mm-hmm.
without big rest
Yeah.
in me.
Breaks. Uh-huh.
Breaks, yes, that's why you, how to say, привыкаешь что-то
Get used
делать.
to. You get used to it. You
Yeah. Thank you.
get used to it. Yeah, I
Get,
know.
yes, I get used. I got used to it.
Definitely.
So, what do you think? How, let's say, like, if we have people like Valerie,
Oh,
okay? Uh,
wait a second, please. I want to give one tip for
Mm-hmm.
Ksenia
okay.
about shadow reading.
Mm-hmm.
I know that it's always difficult read with fast voice actor, but um, what I did,
Mm-hmm.
I use not big um, part,
Package. Mhm.
yes, and I work with it, and it's when I went in musician school, I work
Mm-hmm.
with my piano like that. So if you want to play something or speak something very fast, you need to train it slow,
So,
Mm-hmm.
many times. So um, when um, when I did this task, I read it slow, but many times, and then I try to speak fast with voice actor. And when I stop, because I cannot um,
Keep
catch, yes,
keep
this
up.
voice actor, yes, and I train this slow. Then I train it faster and faster without voice actor. And then I try to read shadow reading again. At first time it was
How many?
3 days.
Free.
Three
Okay.
days.
How many hours a day? Okay.
yeah.
Not how many times, but how many hours a day did you spend
First
doing it?
task. First task. I read about 5 or 6 hours a day, and I work 3 days. And
Oh,
it was not easy.
I see.
That's why. That's why. If you cannot um, do it at first time,
Mhm.
you can do it. You need to train again,
Yeah.
again.
This again a phrase. Practice makes perfect. You know.
But
Yeah.
when I started this course, I have very low level, not like you guys. And for me, it was a big work. But for you, it will be easy.
That's why you've made such great progress, you know? Like, I have known you
Yes.
since December, and I see it like you are the living example, the role model. I really appreciate. I'm looking up to you. So come on, Julie, you're amazing.
And I hope Julie
Thank you,
will
my dear.
outdo you guys.
Yes, please do.
She will get better and
Uh,
better and better and better, and then better than
but right
Yeah.
everyone.
now, when I retelling story, I just
What do you do?
I think I didn't forget this story because when I try to retell it, it takes
How many?
not 5 hours, for example,
Less.
1 2 hours. It's enough, and I just make some pictures,
Mhm.
like plan. What about I want to say? I will show you.
Okay, like
Please
you
do.
got the list.
Yes.
Please do. Okay, it's interesting.
Yes, I will show.
It's like
Just a minute.
sketches, yeah. Make a
I
sketch.
About money, because it was very big tasks, and I use pictures. Oh,
See how much we can learn from each other. Yes.
Yeah.
like this.
Oh,
Oh.
it looks like a
Really?
pictogram letter.
Yes,
Really? It's like a
yes,
sentence and with little pictures in it.
and
Come on.
this is like yes, little plan. And when I see these pictures, I always want what I need to say
What story is that?
about money.
About money.
Money.
Can you
Fact.
Oh my God.
can you take a picture of this and share it with us?
And
Using our
decipher. Can you decipher?
using our chat.
Yes, no problem.
It's, because Ksenia will be speaking about money in the future. She might
Yes.
like the idea. I mean,
Uh,
I think it can work for students too. What do you think, guys? Ksenia, what do you think? Will it work for students?
Yes, I'm thinking it will be good, but you cannot draw so phrases like, for example, don't offend, no offense. How
Offend, yes. Don't offend somebody. Offend somebody.
about feeling.
Feelings.
No. I mean just phrases like it sounds like or whatever. So just phrases that you cannot draw.
But
I mean,
but you know, this is your retelling story, so you
Yeah.
can use all this. What you need to explain this picture using your own thoughts.
Yeah. Words. Yeah.
yeah, but
That's
I want to train these phrases which I meet in this text because I don't use them in my speech, and I see that they are very useful, and I want to train them. It's not difficult for me to say I wake up or I go shopping, for example, or something like that. It's more difficult to use these little phrases like.
But what you can do, okay, I agree that you cannot draw everything, but if you want to use those phrases like whenever, Lincoln words, yes,
Yeah,
whenever, okay, so
Lincoln
then
words.
you can just write them, so it's not a problem. But the story
Yeah.
itself, what you can do, like you can use this method that Julia just introduced to us. Yes, and then between those pictograms, you can write a word, whenever, whatever, okay? And then as you need to transition, because we also call them transition words, you will use them. So it will teach you how to connect those things. That's also a good idea.
But you know, I didn't know a lot of words the first time, and that's why I decided to train them. And I don't want to use some write down something because I wanted to train my brain. That's why I didn't write down something. But this time I can do this. It's a good idea too.
Yeah. Or you know what you can do? You can, because transition words, we use them speaking about almost anything, right? So which means it would actually help a lot if we had some kind of cards with them. So you talk about a story, you need to retell something, and then you put the cards with those transition words right on the table so you can see how you can. I even do this for students. I have some pictograms on one side, and then in order for them to transition to get on the other side, let's say there's a river, okay, you teach kids, yeah? And so you help them build a longer sentence. And then there's another on the other side of that river bank, yes, you can have another pictogram. And so they have to develop their thinking. So, and then they say something like, let's say, yes, my mom and I, we always go to a park, or we go to the park, and then, but maybe it's a very simple one, okay? But when it rains, we have to stay home, but, or something happens, okay? And so, and then you can add more complicated, otherwise, however, yes, nevertheless, needless to say, and so on. So you can build up this vocabulary of how you want to connect your thoughts. What do you want actually to say? Because some of them will be at the very beginning of that sentence. Some of them will connect. Yes, like they will join two parts or two clauses. Some of them will be at the end, like though, maybe, let's say, or in the end, and so on. So that's how you do this. So those cards, you just put them on the table, and then like those collocations you have, and that's your story. You have to speak a lot, like
If
that's the only way, and it's better. The best thing, if you tell a story, storytelling, you can write this, but writing unfortunately does not. Writing can create you with, can help you with this logical process, how
okay.
to lay out your thoughts. But if you do not speak, writing does not help you much. A lot of teachers say like write and you will speak. How?
Nah.
Speaking is another skill. Writing is another skill. People who can write and who can understand what people say cannot speak that well, unfortunately, because they have not trained that skill. So it's obvious. But people would still try to
Yeah.
push this idea, sell this idea.
God.
No.
You write, you speak. Yeah.
Um, the more you speak, the more you have like those, let's say, not really like stupid examples, because that's what I did maybe 4 years ago. I thought just making examples would help, and a lot of teachers, they think that just making examples helps. No, it doesn't. It's not that effective. You need to have some kind of situation, okay? Then you need to have a sort of attitude towards that particular case, like how you feel about something, okay? What do you express? Maybe it's negative, it's positive, yes. Maybe neutral towards that, yes. And so you like serve those words, collocations, conjunctions on a platter, yes. Please take it. Like you just have to give it at the right moment, and then
Use it.
yeah, and then a student can learn so pretty fast. Uh, so, and of course, you have to speak about relevant situations, not just imaginary. So I will never use that. But why do you have? Why do you want me to speak about that if I never use this? Uh, huh? Like imagine you go to another planet. Okay,
What one? Which one?
I don't know, just something like that. Okay, I don't know, like, or imagine you're a big businessman, but I'm not a businessman, so why do I need to imagine that? So the things that are irrelevant are very hard to keep in mind. So you just forget them, so they slip your mind. That's why I can't remember. So the more relevant situations you have, the more relevant vocabulary you give, so the better result you will have, your students will have, and you will be a better teacher in your area. Yes, because your students will speak better, or you will teach faster, so you can increase your rate, teaching rate, so you can make more money, and you can buy more courses from me. Okay, that was that was a joke part, but it's also
Yeah.
funny. No, I mean, you can go see the world, okay? So, but I think it's cool when you live in a small town because I think it's quite easy to compete because you need to check what schools they
Yeah.
have, yes, what studios they have, go scout, like spy on them, then open your own office or studio, and then just teach everyone faster, and that's it. So all those students, because they go to the same school, kids, yeah, they will have better
Mhm.
grades, they will have better results, they will win a lot of competitions, and so they will put out, they will spread the word about you as a great teacher. And then mommy's parents, they will be sending kids to your school. Then you expand, you grow, and then you hire teachers. You teach teachers how to work like you. So that's like a
How to
model, right?
teach.
What, you guys don't want that?
Sure, we do.
Come on,
Yes.
I see Ksenia is interested.
Sorry, Madeline. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm more
I
interested in
don't want to
online
hire
teaching. You know,
teachers.
Why not?
Okay,
I don't want to hire
sit
teachers.
down.
No, no, it's not like Casey. I'm not. I'm not gonna hire
Sit.
anybody. You're speaking like my husband. He constantly keeps on telling me like, "Come on, open up a studio, start up your business, hire teachers, whatever." So, no,
Okay, all
I'm
right,
not
you can
ready.
have an assistant at least.
Probably, but not. It's a flock of teachers like the ones that I'm gonna teach, and then they run away from me, getting my experience and
Okay,
all this stuff.
okay, right.
No.
Okay, so, okay, well, you can run away with this course, with these materials, and what am I gonna do? Sit and cry?
No, come on. Oh, no way. So now
I'll
I'm
be
gonna.
happy.
They are. I think they will be happy.
As long as you give us some credit, so as long as you, what is this, give us some props, that's another phrase, we're fine. But of course, let's say if you just steal the materials and then you make your own course without our watermark, which is 100% the same, then yeah, that will be funny. But I know you guys,
No,
it's what's the point
I'm not
anyway?
as. I'm not as brave as you are to start up a course.
Yeah,
I just
you
want to
see,
teach
like
my
you need a lot of
students.
things to consider,
Yeah, like lots of stuff, like how to
but
voice, how to do this
crowd of
and that stuff.
voice, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you go to a website which is called Freelancer. There are a lot of
Yeah.
websites. So you choose a character you like. You choose a guy that you like his voice very much. You think he will be a perfect fit. So you
Mm-hmm.
reach out to him, and then you set up the first deal. Mm, so you
And that's it.
pay,
It's done. Okay.
uh, and that's how it starts. Then you hire somebody else.
So it all depends on the goals and the
Of
aims you
course.
all set. Yeah. So my aim is to start working online because I want to have a second baby. I want to work from home actually from time to time, like 3 or 2 hours a day, without renting an office, paying some extra money to a landlord. And this is my aim.
You guys, have you heard about this platform, Progress Me?
No, not yet. Which one? What is it?
Okay, well, I use GetCourse, okay, only because it has all the tools for me as um, as an online businessman, okay, info businessman,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. But in terms of creating a class
Mm-hmm.
or a lesson, I think this platform sucks. It's not good because
Really?
it's
Yeah.
very cheesy. I mean, I don't have a lot of tools. I cannot create great stuff visually. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's like 20 years ago. But they have a lot of tools like to sell your mail chain.
Mm-hmm.
I can resell something, so that's
Mm-hmm.
why I stay with them. That's the only
Mm-hmm.
reason. And they have payment options, so people can just come and buy whatever they need. They can
Mm-hmm.
pay within this platform, like a week two, week three. Okay, but for teachers, if you're just teaching solely, I
Mm-hmm.
guess you can say the word
Yeah.
solely alone, then I've been using a lot of platforms, It seems like Progress Me Russians. It's made by Russians, but they don't want to speak Russian. So when I
Mhm.
talk to the support, they always answer in English.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Which is fine because they want to get more than just Russian market. I'm going to share the link with you.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, if you teach online,
So probably this is the one.
then basically you have different plans there, and they provide some materials already.
Mhm.
So let's say if you don't really care about the way you teach, or you don't have any vision,
Mm-hmm.
yes, then you can just choose the materials that they give you.
Mm-hmm.
You can also make your own stuff. Let's say you find a video on YouTube, you write your own description for your class, you make your own tasks, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then when a student logs in, so you can check on him, check his progress, what he does. There's a diary or journal
Mm-hmm.
that you follow. So it works pretty well for online students plus students. They see what they're doing, so they have this feeling of satisfaction of actually completing something. Yes, because over some time students lose interest because they don't feel any progress. Like uh, it's not feasible, it's not
But
tangible, nothing to
Mm-hmm.
touch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
947.
the image they see, but they cannot feel it.
right. So you build your own plan.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a schedule that you can fill out, or you can use that schedule. And then a student just logs in, so you can be online on that
Mm-hmm.
platform together. So let's say
Mm-hmm.
you're using Skype, and at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, you can use that platform. So let's say a student opens a class. So you
Mm-hmm.
open the same class on your computer, and then you can take your student through some tasks. So
Mm-hmm.
you can kind of like, oh, no, this is to be a verb here, and it's something like that, grammar maybe. So you help your student. So you can study this because I think it's inevitable future.
Yeah,
If you
it
want to
is.
work online, I think sending PDF materials will not work in the future. You need something more interactive.
Yeah, like now and here and now, at the moment. Yeah, an instant thing.
Yeah, because even this course, okay, so we do have those PDF files, but anyway, you have a class, you can watch a video, so it's some kind of
You choose a
interaction.
time. Yeah, you
Yes, right.
choose the
It's not
time.
just catch this PDF file, do something, just and that's it. So check it out. I think you might like it
Okay,
because
thanks.
maybe it's not only about English. Maybe you can also teach psychology to somebody,
Yeah, why not?
or how to become a businessman.
Yeah, please teach me. No, don't.
There are no payment options.
Mm-hmm.
So you will have to think how a student pays you, but I think it's not a problem. It's their bank.
Yeah,
Welcome in.
easy.
So, but it's a nice representation of your class. Let's say like
Yeah.
your level.
So it's
So
not like the way you teach only with Skype stuff and all this
yeah, like let me share
old-fashioned.
my screen with you. I will show you
Yeah.
this presentation.
Okay, and as for the Zoom, do you use Zoom for your teacher and teaching online?
Zoom works very well for a lot of students, like for mini groups too. Yes, but Skype is okay for face-to-face conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on what you need. You can just use WhatsApp. That's also fine. Doesn't matter. As long as I can see you, yeah. I can
Yeah,
use
so
Hangouts for the same reason.
yeah, yeah, actually, easy.
So check it out. You have to learn. So, and I'm just looking at it. I
Mm-hmm.
cannot say that I'm going to use it, but I need to know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So because I've asked them a lot of questions, and they don't have the tools that I need. Let's say if I work with a group of students who want to pay for something, so I can't do this.
Hmm.
No
Only
tools,
one by
no email subscription, so nothing. Okay, just but you can create very nice classes.
okay.
So,
Okay, let's should check it.
do you teach online, Ksenia? You have any students online?
Yes, I have a brother and sister. They are in Germany. I use Mira. You know this board,
Yes, Mira. Yeah.
interactive board. So
Is it
that's
enough?
okay. Yeah, for them it's enough. Now it's enough.
Okay.
Sometimes I use a wall or something.
Mira is a good platform. I like it too. I was using this when they just launched. It was a real-time board or real-time board, something like that. Then they rebranded, and now it's Mira. It's also maybe Russians or Ukrainians or Estonian guys.
Somebody, yeah.
So it's a Russian product, definitely. But see, they don't want to sell it to Russians. They want to sell it to the world. So that's why everything is in English.
Worldwide.
Progress Me is the same.
Yeah, Progress Me. And what about I Drew? I guess there was a word I heard about. I Drew. Something like that. I never used it, but I heard it a lot. Like I Drew. This is a kind of a board again, I guess, online board.
Why it's convenient? Because once you made a class, you don't need to do it again. So when you have a new student coming, you will not waste your time because everything is already there. So you have a program, yes, and then you actually save a lot of time for yourself because let's say some tasks they get checked automatically. You don't need to check, right? So you just set it up. You invest a lot of time at the very beginning, but then you kind of like can relax and you can teach more students because you know how much time we spend to get ready for classes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's why you cannot teach maybe 50 students. But if you automatize some things, you make them automatic, then it's just 1 hour, and then you go back to your kids because the homework is already there.
Yeah.
So I think it's
Why
good.
not?
It's a good way.
Real-time board. Mirror, yeah. So I should remember that one.
Yeah, but real time does not have classes, so it's just you can show, you can put anything there, so a student can see. So it's a nice platform to interact. Like,
so to share the image, yeah.
Anything, video, image. I'm not sure about sound. Maybe no MP3, but video, yes. Okay, so you can make a mind map, yes. But it takes time too. So it's not like I just copy and paste. Not yet. We don't have the technology yet. It's just you have to click everything, click, okay, drag, type again, click, drag. So you have to sit like 4 hours there. Yes, Ksenia.
Yes, I spend a lot of time too.
Yeah, there, preparing. Yeah. Oh my god! And how long have you been teaching your sister or brother in Germany?
About 2 months.
2 months. So interesting.
Not long.
Not long, but actually it's good. The whole summer almost.
Yeah. No, they're Russians.
Yeah,
they're not
they're Russians, but
German.
They are living in Germany. Anyway, it's good.
I use that, and so then because I see a lot of teachers they use this platform.
Progress Me, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So you can study the features they have, what kind of functionality they provide. So when you pay, you can start free. I guess 2 weeks just to test. So it makes sense when you pay for 90 days. So it's like 500 rubles, and you have it's more okay. So like if you have 15 students from 3 to 15, then you will pay almost 800 rubles a month. But if you teach 10 students and they can bring you, I don't know, like 50,000 rubles a month,
probably,
maybe, then I think it's okay to spend 800.
Yeah. 15.
Yes. Because you don't need to send, because it's always like it takes time, like to send, to answer something. Because when it's online, you always have to send something. When text and explain, but then it's the same class but different access.
Okay.
Like different door, I guess. where you copy maybe the same class. I think I will make a post about this, just how it works. Maybe somebody will like this. It's not for promoting Progress Me. They don't pay me anything, but I think it will be interesting for people who follow me, just to see what is cool online. What can we do?
Yeah, it
I've
is.
noticed. I saw one of the teachers that I follow. She was using this, and I thought, why not to share? It was like like I don't lose
What a
anything
losing.
by holding this
Yeah, why
information
not?
back. Right. All right. Let's talk about what you guys going to do next week, and then wrap things up.
Okay, girls, start. I'm all ears while I'm thinking.
I'm going to. I hope. I may. Hopefully, I can.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
high time I did something.
Yeah, it's high time I finished my course. I hope I will.
Yeah, that's
I
already a
may
fairy
finish
tale.
it. I may finish it next week.
You guys speak
I've
English
got
every day, or only when we go online?
even like in everyday life without
Why don't you
students.
just start your own online journal?
Like on YouTube or somewhere else.
Instagram is good too.
Instagram. I was thinking about it, but then
You want some
after
privacy?
no, now I'm not afraid of anything. I'm ready to share. After showing you what I was eating during 2 weeks,
Okay.
I can do anything, I guess. So the thing is that a little now at the moment I'm a bit wrapped up with my household chores,
Yeah.
like taking care of my son. We've got some insomnia problems with my son because I left him for 2 weeks, and it turned out that he had kind of nightmare stuff,
Oh.
and he wakes up every day, almost every day, and he has like lunatic like sleepwalking or something, and I'm really scared right now. So we had this testing 3 days
Yes.
ago. 3 days ago we went to this special clinic. We went for 3 night scanning with
3 night.
recording. 3 hours. 3 hours. No,
3 hours.
like 3 hours recording with a special helmet with this special gadget stuff, whatever indicators, checking his waves in the in the brain, like the waves that are, how to say it in English or whatever. So like the waves that make him wake up
Mhm.
while he was sleeping, and there was this like machine that was
Machine,
recording and showing the impulses, what was going on. And 1 hour and 20 minutes later, he woke up again, started mumbling something. Then I said, shh. I said, okay, you're with me. Mommy's here. Go back to sleep. And he laid down. So, and, in 3 days, we are having an appointment with a doctor, like the one who is going to tell us exactly what's going on with my son.
Yeah.
And then maybe later I'll be a bit free for doing all the other stuff. So, but I'm still thinking that I shouldn't have gone to Italy. Now I'm blaming myself for this stuff. But I had such a great time, guys. And my husband, he didn't tell me that there was something wrong with my son. He said, "Okay, that's fine. Everything's great. We're doing good." But when I got back, he said, he hasn't. My son, he had some troubles with his sleeping, and my husband, he had to, to check on him every hour after falling asleep, like be aware what's going on. Like, but he didn't wake up every single night. Like maybe he had 2 or 3 nights, okay, but I don't know what's happening. Insomnia stuff, that's why. But I hope everything will be okay, and I need to make sure that
Mhm.
everything is okay. So, and then I'll be a bit, maybe open to all the opportunities to stop procrastinating all the stuff that I have
Well,
been
hopefully.
procrastinating. I hope so. But oh yeah.
Because I'm studying this right now, and I think, yeah, hopefully, your son is gonna be okay, I'm sure. Yeah, don't blame yourself. Okay, like I'm a bad mother because I was traveling. No, you also need some rest. Otherwise, you're gonna go crazy, and who needs that in the family? Nobody. You also need to take a break
Yeah.
to carry on. Okay. There are a lot of websites where you can actually, and it's very inexpensive websites where you can, for $2 or $3 a month, you can have your own video journal.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking about this because I think it's a very interesting idea where you can, because like, where would you do this? Like, how would you do this? Uh, Maybe you would just maybe go crazy. Yes, recording yourself every day. Uh, I guess, but why not? So let's say you find an article or you find like some collocations or phrases, what just to talk about what you had today, and so slowly you just learn how to
Gradually.
speak better and better and better gradually. Yes, then you can watch, let's say last year and this year, how you speak about the same matters. There are tags, so you can tag everything, and that can be your little secret. But it can also be good for students. Maybe if you have like teenagers, if you teach teenagers, then you can give them a certain task for that diary, so they have
Mm-hmm.
that uh, video diary, or you can create a closed private account or on Instagram, so they can also have, because you can have as many profiles as you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's a closed, like I did with the marathon. Yes, it's a closed
Mm-hmm.
private account, and then students can share different posts there. So the main idea is just to get them to talk every day. A little task, maybe 1 or 2 minutes maximum, a speech pattern
Mm-hmm.
or a speech sample, not a pattern, sample. Like, what
Mm-hmm.
do I say?
Mm-hmm.
Like, my name is, I was born, yeah, and or let's say it will be about shopping. I usually go to, I buy, I make, like, so they have something to look at, and
To
all they
see
have
the
to do just
progress.
to fill that with their information.
The
Yeah,
thing is that I have already done this with my students. we
and
have already we have already created the closed Instagram account with two of my new students. They are artists, and they're very very imaginative guys, a girl and a boy, 25 and 23 years old, and they have actually uploaded to this Instagram the first video. I told them we started in April, and I asked them to record a video, to film a video for me, like what they can tell me about themselves, like using the vocabulary they know,
yeah,
because they kind of beginners elementary, and we have done the first part. So I said, okay, let's do it this way. 3 months later, we're gonna do the same, but then you will compare. So next week, I'm going to ask them to record the second part, and I don't know what they can do right now because I gave them some homework while I was away. I don't know, and then we'll see. So probably, yeah, I can start doing it the same stuff with me actually.
yeah. Because we're teachers, we need more. Well, anyone needs more practice.
Yeah, like
So
taking definitely.
where will you get this? Where?
Uh, YouTube is not for me actually. I think it's
No, you need
too.
to speak. Okay, that's the
Yeah,
problem. You can
yeah.
learn passively, read an article, translate. Your vocabulary is crazy, but when you open your mouth, you can say like, "I want," and "I want."
They start blubbering,
Um, you
bluttering,
speak in a
and
very simple way.
mumbling.
You don't use all
Yeah,
those words. You know them, but you don't use, and that's the main concern.
that's the main problem with all these teachers. I've got a friend of mine, and she teaches students at school. And how long she has been working at school for 10 years already. And when we went to Italy with her, every time we went to a cafe or somewhere, she said she was really numb, like she didn't
Yep.
want to speak. Say, come on, go. And at the end of the second week, I said, no, for the first week, I said, okay, come on, Natalie, I'm silent, you go. And because she started blaming me that I'm too talkative, I'm a chatterbox, I cannot let her talk to people, blah blah blah. I said, okay, I'm silent. Come on, go. And 2 or 3 days later, she started speaking, but the level was not good. She said, "Okay, can you tell me where did you get these old words that you're using?" So, this is the way I live. Like, and after recording, because I was recording my video food every meal, at the before having lunch, the girl, my friend, she said, "Okay, Lera, go and record your video. So come on." And at the end of the second week, she started recording and doing the same stuff in English for herself. I was like, okay. It's like, it's very catchy, contagious, like showing, being a role model, probably. I don't know. But in this case, there should be somebody to look at, and to follow an
Okay.
example. Like in
Okay.
my
It's
case,
me. Okay.
in my case, you are. Yeah, I'm learning a lot. Like I thought that, yeah, I can speak. Yeah, come on, I speak a lot in the lesson. Sometimes I'm explaining, blah blah blah. But even when I started telling, explaining or describing the food that I had on my plate, it was like, I am at the table.
Yeah. I'm at the table. It's my food. It's yummy. Let's eat. That's
Yummy,
it.
come on. No, this is, and then I started watching it and I said, is it me
Yeah.
speaking? No way, I don't like it. So, and then I started recording everything I was looking at in English, and I didn't post everything, and I didn't send you everything. I'm gonna do it maybe later,
Okay.
but
Already a diary.
maybe. Yeah, it's kind of so, and I've done it two ways. One way, Russian for my Russian family, friends, and the second one is for my students, and actually maybe for my colleagues, for my friends, for my group mates here. I'm gonna share it. So it's like me walking along the streets, looking at their
See what you have to do. What do you have to do? You have to do this many times. Do not jump. It's a mistake when you jump from one topic to another, because what you have to do, you have to work with one topic repeatedly, and then you start on the bottom, let's say, when it's very simple. This is a table, okay? And that's all you can say. The next time
and
when you say that, they're like, oh, it's an amazing piece of furniture. Like, see, it's
yes.
already different.
It's very old-fashioned table, maybe it's Italian, I don't know.
Right, yes.
Something,
It's made
yeah.
of, so you start giving more information, describing the thing, or you actually saying the same thing but in a different way. So the more ways you can create, speaking about the same routine, the same things, you don't need to actually learn a lot of slang. No, you just need to be able to say the same things in many different ways. Then you will not be limited, let's say, like, or you feel like, oh, I can only speak in a very like a 5-year-old kid. That's what I usually say.
Yeah.
If I'm hungry,
Yeah.
let's go eat. Okay,
Come on.
uh,
I'm starving. I
I'm
could eat a
starving, I'm
horse,
hungry.
guys.
Yes, I think I'm going to die if I don't get any food. I don't know, just like there are different ways how you can say that, and that's what you do. So that's what, but you have to do this repeatedly, because we don't actually have a lot of topics, a lot of, we have a lot of situations, a lot of moments, but not a lot of topics. I'd say like life course, life story, this is it actually. So plus business. And
It's
if you,
more.
yeah, if you learn how to speak about that, then you will feel a lot of power, like confidence, which is important. And let's say like in a class, like try to describe your own studio. Yes, your apartment. What do you actually do there? So this is where my daughter likes to sleep. It's a very comfortable, cozy bed. Okay, so we bought that about 5 years ago, and I think she's growing fast. So we're thinking about buying another one. But what can we do with this one? Maybe we just put it on a Vita and salad. Uh,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is a good idea. I'm gonna do the same with my new office because they are
yeah.
having. I'm actually, yeah. While I was away, they started this redecoration story with my office, and I'm having it done right now. Actually, I hope it's done.
So
Maybe
I can share those websites later, where you can just have a journal and just to see how it can be combined. Let's say so that we can go look at each other journals maybe.
Yeah, it would be.
Uh,
Oh my
just to
god.
see, but we would have the same task, so that it
Okay.
would be fun, because you need some vocabulary. Because if it's just like, okay, I'm gonna talk about this mouse and you're talking about let's
A
say
pen.
this nail clipper, and okay, so we have different crazy things. No, it has to be the same topic.
No, Julia
All right,
can
guys,
explain
we have to
everything else.
go.
Yeah.
Yes, right. So we have to go. The weather is outstanding. You don't want to stay at home. You want to go outside. Go
Yeah.
catch a few sunny days. It's not raining.
Yes.
It's not raining.
It
Yes,
has already, it has
Yes.
already stopped
not
raining.
raining in Moscow. Not raining in where
Human.
you. Yeah, in Tumanik. It's not raining in Ksenia.
Ksenia, where are you?
Kostanay.
Yeah, see, like it's not.
In Kostanay, it's not raining.
In Kostanay. It's not raining in Kostanay. Woo!
See, like the weather is perfect. So we have to go outside, catch a few sun rays.
Yeah, sure.
All right,
Well,
thank you a lot. Okay, so speak. You have to be chatterbox. Chatterbox.
Chatterbox. Yeah, I am. I guess I'm not.
But to be a good chatterbox, not just like so that you develop, because even when we speak Russian, it's also not so easy. Try to speak Russian to describe your apartment. You will see that it's not easy. It's you need to work on your speaking skills, like an orator. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
so that you would speak, not just deliver some information, but you would speak in a very nice manner. People would like to listen to you with a smile on your face. Okay, let's go. Let's get back to kids. I'm sure you know you all have kids, so it's easy.
Yeah, we do.
Guys, I'm going to start speak English all day with me.
Good. Great.
I will try, and I hope that I can do it.
You can.
Yeah, it's a good challenge. One day, only English.
Not only one day, maybe 5 days a week.
Not only one day, because I can speak English all time. It's not problem, I think. But I know that I make a lot of mistakes sometimes. But I will use translate,
Translator.
Translator.
and uh, very simple words I can say very easy, and it's not problem for me. And sometimes I try to say something what I don't know, and I use internet, and no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy.
Be
Because my,
consistent. Be consistent. Be
I
consistent.
decided to do it because my daughter start to speak English all day. They
Oh, really?
Wow.
she plays all day in English. Oh, mommy, we need to call it the doctor. Something
Oh
like
my gosh.
yes, and I see that I need to start speaking
Using
English.
it. Ah, you are brave. You are really a role model, Yulia. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. Look up to her, Kate, and your life will change too.
I will share videos.
Great. Inspiring.
I'm already waiting for.
Yeah. Waiting for her. Valerie's waiting for her, Kate. Oh, let's say
Oh yeah,
goodbye.
waiting
Okay,
for
so
yeah.
waiting for Julia's videos. Looking forward to watching more, learning. Okay, non-stop because life is just a journey. So let's make it fun.
Okay.
See you later, guys. Thanks for coming out today and being online.
See you.